who knew too much and were silenced. Michael Jackson, 25th of June 2009. It's said that Michael uncovered secrets about a dark network involving high-ranking politicians and minors. The official version states he died from an overdose while trying to sleep that night. But how credible is that explanation? Barnaby Jack, 25th of July 2013. This famous hacker shocked the world when, during a conference, he demonstrated how some could manipulate pacemakers to cause clean, undetectable deaths. Just days later, Barnaby was found dead in his apartment. A simple coincidence, or was he silenced for what he knew? Daphne Caruana Galizia, 16th of October 2017. This investigative journalist exposed secrets about the elites and the controversial Panama Papers. Her research placed her in direct conflict with powerful figures. Shortly afterwards, a bomb in her car ended her life. Is it really just a coincidence that all these people met such fates, or did they uncover something they were never meant to know? But what do you think, Comet Silence? If you want me to keep exposing the hidden truth...
The darkest theory is one that Lazar talked about. He said is something that they talked to him about when he was working on these back engineered crafts, is that what they use us as is vessels for that we are souls. We hold souls, and that this is essentially a farm, and this is how they develop souls through us.
Did you ever fry an egg on a cold stove? It's no trick at all if you have the right equipment. This is a cold hot plate, and because it's cold, you can make it out of wood, if you like. Just be sure that there's a coil of wire inside and that you connect that coil to a high voltage alternating current source. The rest is easy. As long as we're being different, we'll use motor oil instead of Crisco. The egg fries very quickly, but the stove remains perfectly cold. In fact, if you wish, just to keep it handy, you can fry your egg on the morning newspaper. With a gadget like this, you can get up in the morning, sit on the stove, read the morning newspaper, and fry the eggs in your lap.
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Part 5. Many families have come to know and love the movie WALL-E, the adorable robot that goes on an adventure through space. Many times throughout the film, it is made clear that WALL-E stores spare parts to fix himself. It's assumed that he takes them from the deactivated WALL-Es since they no longer need them. But how exactly did they deactivate if they are made to roam the planet forever? This theory states that the other robots kept stealing WALL-E's collection of items because they were still in their default programming, much like when WALL-E was reset and did the same. WALL-E eventually got sick of it and broke all of the other robots in various ways, such as crushing them with trash cubes and taking their parts for salvage.
I bet you didn't know the CIA's dark... for the truth?
Hey, y'all ever heard of the disturbing movie Iceberg? The disturbing movie Iceberg is a tiered list of films based on how shocking and disturbing they are. At the top of the list, you can find your basic horror movies. But the further down you go, the weirder, more disturbing, and shocking things get. For example, at the top of the list, you'll see like a Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. Tiers 2 and 3, you'll find something like a VHS or even a Midsummer. Now, tiers 3 and 4 is when you start getting to some weird shit, like Cannibal Holocaust or a Serbian film. Further down the list is when you start leaving the horror genre and you start getting into some borderline dark web shit. For example, necromantic. Or even worse than that, where the dead go to die. Shockingly below that would be like a KT trilogy or a Kuso Limitless. But at the very bottom, you will find the most disturbing films you've ever seen, like Snuff R73, or what people consider to be the most disturbing film that ever existed, MD Pope.
This has been concealed for centuries. The real purpose of the Eiffel Tower is something far beyond what you've been told. Most people believe it's nothing more than a symbol of Parisian culture or a product of the industrial era. The truth? The Eiffel Tower was designed as a massive antenna, an instrument for wireless electricity experiments, and its secrets could have revolutionized the world. The year was 1889, and the tower was unveiled at the Paris World's Fair, touted as a temporary exhibit. But here's where it gets strange. The true intent behind this engineering marvel was hidden in plain sight. Nikola Tesla visited Paris in the 1880s. During his stay, he met with Gustave Eiffel and shared his groundbreaking vision for a world powered by free, wireless energy. Tesla had already proven with his Wardenclyffe Tower that electricity could be transmitted wirelessly across vast distances. Eiffel, utterly fascinated by Kessler's revolutionary ideas, took these principles and incorporated them into the design of the Eiffel Tower. This was not just about aesthetics, this was about power, real power. During the tower's construction, strange phenomena were reported. Electromagnetic anomalies, unexplained lights, and strange sparks were seen surrounding the tower. Locals spoke of nighttime experiments, and some even claimed to have witnessed orbs of light dancing around the structure. Why hasn't this been exposed?
Can prove that the moon landings are fake with the logic, not having to look at any video clip or any picture. Today, with 5 decades better rockets and computers, the farthest that NASA can send an astronaut into space is only 1,000th the distance to the moon. So what they're really claiming, Danny, is that back in 1969, when all of NASA's computers combined had 1/1,000,000th the computing power of a cell phone, they sent astronauts ahead of schedule on the first attempt 1,000 times farther than they can do today with 50 years better technology. So what they're actually saying is, for the first time in the history of the world, technology was greater in the past than in the future, which is impossible, which means they faked it. It's amazing. The truth is right there. And people have made a god out of this, and they refuse to see the truth.
Want to enslave your child, your wife, your mother. There isn't anything that you ever had. There isn't anything that you own. There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away. Sheeple. Your sheeple. And your children are going to be slaughtered if you go along with the program. It's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple. We're being led like sheep to the slaughter. What is the purpose? A new world order. The United States of America is controlled by this evil archy. They control the money system. They control the State Department. They control the presidency.
So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. They're going to have been deceived so greatly that they'll actually think it's something good. In fact, the whole new age movement, the new world order crowd is telling people that the 666 mark of the beast is the most elite thing that could ever happen to them.
No cash. Cashless society. It's ready to go. Disease could be created. In essence, this is what he was saying.
We have new strains of virtually everything that's drug resistant or drug free.
I'm not worried about the old diseases. I'm worried about the ones that they create to bring down the population of the world. They simply want to exterminate them. But that they consider them to be useless eaters.
Words are very important to the Illuminati. These things are manufactured purposely for a purpose. And so I'm saying that there is something organized and directed, and it's here in this country.
Future shocker, biochip. And this is what Anthony showed you earlier, a biochip. That's an injectable computer chip, an economic mark in the back of our right hands or in our foreheads.
You've got a choice. You can join in this fight, or you can die as a slave.
So it could be 1727 now?
It just could be. What if nearly 300 years of history never happened? Stay with me. In 1991, a German historian named Hermann Illig proposed something that shakes the very foundation of time itself, the phantom time hypothesis. His claim? The years 614 to 911 AD were completely fabricated. They don't exist. They were inserted into history, and we've been living in a false timeline ever since. Now, who would do this? And why? Enter Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII. Three powerful figures who supposedly conspired to alter historical records and manipulate the calendar. Why? Because Otto III wanted to rule in the symbolic year 1000 AD, a number that carries power, prophecy, and legitimacy. But instead of waiting, they fast-forwarded history itself. Now, think about this. We have written records from this missing period, sure. But where are the artifacts, the architecture, the undeniable physical proof? You'd expect 297 years to leave more behind, yet it's eerily scarce. And if this sounds impossible, just remember, Tartaria was erased from history. If they can erase entire civilizations, why not rewrite time itself?
This is just a theory, not a fact.
Have y'all seen this video interview with Elon Musk, y'all? If you've ever had a doubt in your mind that Elon Musk was a real human, you won't now, y'all. You gotta check this video out.
And refurbishable might be a better word. But where do you think it failed, and where do you think, like, what lessons have you learned that you know you're not going to be making on Starship?
Y'all see the way he's moving? Look at that, y'all. Ain't no way. Elon Musk looks like he is glitching in real time. Y'all, what human have you ever seen move like this? Y'all see that? He looks like he's biomechanical, y'all.
You're just trying to get data out of the thing.
I think I'm short-circuiting. Yo, I said, look at this motherfucker. He's short-circuiting. There's a glitch in the Matrix, everybody. There's a glitch. I told y'all. You didn't listen to me, did you? I told you. Watch it over and over. He's like, he's trying to walk normal. Normal? Just, come on, Elon. Be normal, everything. Oh, God. Something is happening to me. Yeah. Tesla's down 71%. I'm losing my fortune. I'm losing my 14 kids. I should get another baby. I should kill all my, no. Yeah. You guys, let me know what you think.
They asked AI generation, what would humans look like in the future? Check this out. It's far. It's crazy. Look. But it shows the time lapse of what humans will end up being like. Human evolution. We turn to fucking wires.
Oh no.
We turn to wires, and now what does the wires mean? Think about it. What do the wires mean?
We just become technology.
We become the simulation.
I'm on to the grand scheme. Follow me for a second. First off, the blackout was not a cyber thing. More videos coming out about the strange thing that covered up the sun yesterday morning that they tried to hide. Made a video about it last night showing just how big it was and bringing up nodes and kachinas and other stuff, right? Then today they come out and they say it happened because a giant solar flare. Then all of a sudden the world, or part of the world, was plunged into straight darkness. No phones, no nothing.
By the way, this is all satire.
They want you to think they have more power than they really do. They're diviners and witches, so they do know what big events are coming in the future. Completely irrelevant. Watch this for 1 second.
Sufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt.
Completely irrelevant, not related at all. But I'll say all the higher-ups, all the big people in this world, they know what's on the way. The changing of density and mass with these celestial objects going over and going around us and making certain pathways, weakening the Earth's crust and other things. Which is why we have the whole pole shift narrative. Of course their narrative is off, but there is something. And that's something they want to take credit for. So when the world goes dark, it's not just dark, but there's major controversy all over the place. You could call it tribulation. Because the auroras in the Carolinas and all the crazy blasts on the Schumann frequency, all this stuff is not normal. Them hiding giant things going by the sun is not normal. Bookmark this video because these planetary bodies are just getting started. Let me know what you think below.
Wouldn't it be crazy if one of the largest lithium deposits in the world was right outside of Asheville, North Carolina? Wouldn't it be crazy if the largest lithium mining company in the world 3 days before the flood began submitted the permits for their mine right outside of Asheville, North Carolina? Wouldn't it be crazy if the mining company was just given $250 million in grants to help with construction of their mine right outside of Asheville, North Carolina? Wouldn't it be crazy if less than a month before the flood started, BlackRock acquired 2.2 million shares of stock in that mining company? That's crazy. Wouldn't it be crazy if the residents that opposed the mine had their homes and properties destroyed? That would never happen, though. I'm sure they wouldn't take things that far. Stay safe, Florida. Let me know. On a serious note, yeah, all my people in Florida, feel free to message me anything throughout this. Stay safe.
75% of people saw these lights just before going to sleep as a child. Some people say they saw them as colored pixels. Others say they looked like floating stars or planets. For others, they were more subtle, looking like distant galaxies. Even though people experienced them differently, everyone describes them as being positive, and some even wanted to go to sleep so that they could see these lights again. Now, the peak time that people saw these was between about the age of 4 and 7, and sadly most people describe them as disappearing as they became an adult. But what actually caused these lights? Well, they're called phosphenes, and scientists have 3 theories on how they might happen. The first is direct mechanical stimulation to the eye, the second is magnetic field interference, the third, and my personal favorite, is biophotonic light. That is where your retina generates its own photons similar to a firefly. Did you experience these lights? Let us know in the comments.